And we're back, people. Dragging in the afternoon on 96.1 FM as we're styling and dragging through the afternoon. It's almost about that time to get out of here. It's getting close to 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. Yeah, I was told I'm supposed to say that, Central Standard Time. I guess you fuckers on the coast can't tell time, you know, since we are based in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep.
So, we in Missouri. So.
Come on, some people don't even know what it is where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
How can they tell time?
We in the Midwest, you know, fuck.
Yep.
But, yeah, they got brought up to me the other day in a meeting.
Yep.
You need to start enunciating that we are from St. Louis. Well,
St. Louis.
Tulsa, Oklahoma's got the same damn time zone. What if we say we're from Tulsa, but we're not in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we are. You know, it's like Big Chief used to say on the podcast. It's Tuesday somewhere, people.
Yep.
Every Tuesday. Not really. It's when I get around to it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting with the old Street Outlaw guys. I mean, it's going to be interesting at PRI this year.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think IHRA is going to drop their nuts. NHRA is going to try to figure out how to do some kind of deal. Nobody's really heard from Tim Howell. Like, what the fuck is
I know.
Like,
what happened to him?
Yeah, what about his buddy that had the Skyline, man? The millionaire guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I sure don't hear shit from him. You know? Well, I'm glad
that... He's kind of...
What's that? I'm glad that kind of got cleared up from Sunshine, that several hours before the announcement of speed promotions is done, you know?
Yeah.
Kai Kelly put his stacker up for sale.
Yeah.
But then Sunshine was like, well, hold on. That was just a weird coincidence, okay? Because we were talking about downsizing and going to, you know, a smaller trailer anyway, you know?
Sean and Phantom were talking about that, and they're like, no, he didn't know anything. He just decided he was going to get rid of it, and then this happened.
Yeah. But you can't tell the super fans, you know. I mean, the super fans like, no, he knew ahead of time.
Well, Jeff's getting ready to go race it again. He's using the Volvo and the smaller trailer.
I seen that.
Yep.
You know, so. Yeah, I saw the video. He was over at Summit visiting the Evil Twin.
Yep.
And, you know, they have it on the rotisserie out there, you know, so.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I mean, man, it's sad about Jeff, you know what I'm saying, but, you know.
But they got the trailer home and got everything out of it. Everything was good in the trailer.
Yeah, well, I saw he put the merch up that was in the trailer for sale.
Yep.
But goddamn, the price of the shirts and fuck, I was like, damn. I mean, that's not a fire sale. I mean, what do you normally sell them for?
No shit. That's what I was thinking.
Like,
I was saying those ones for 30 were normally 35. I was like, well, you ain't getting much for a discount.
Yeah. He goes, I can't smell any damage, you know. And he's probably right, you know.
Well, and that's like what little Jeff Jr. said. They're all sealed plastic, so, you know.
But you can buy that shirt that almost cost him his life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, there's some fan out there who's like, I got this, and Jeff Lutz almost died.
They'll be asking him to autograph the fucking plastic and everything else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that happens, you know.
Well, fucking Sean and them had to give Jeff shoes and shit. Jeffrey.
They didn't have shoes. Anything. They didn't have anything.
No, because Jeffrey and his wife were in bed.
Yeah.
Jeffrey just went to bed because he got fuel right before that.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes before that, and then Jeffrey went to bed. And Jeff was up there driving with no shoes on. You know.
Well, yeah, and the way that Phantom explained it to me, they come around the corner and they're just there, like, hitchhiking.
Yeah, they're just standing on the side of the road because they're still figuring out how to get to truck moved and shit.
Well, that and they didn't have their cell phones. They didn't have anything. The only thing
No,
that she grabbed was the purse and the dog.
she had her purse, but Jeff didn't have his wallet. Jeffrey didn't have his wallet. They were all in there. The phones were in there. Everything. And Jeffrey didn't realize Mom was still in there when he ran out.
Oh, really?
He ran out and then ran back in because she was getting the dog in her purse.
Yeah, and when you see the pictures of it, it happened so fast. They didn't have any time. You know, I mean, it's...
Well, they hit the passenger side and took out the tanks.
Yeah.
And they were full. It was 200-gallon tanks on that side.
Yeah, he just stopped and got fueled up.
Yeah, I said it only been 20 minutes since they filled up. I was like, damn. Well, Jeff said it, when he hit me, he said, I swerved because he was coming at me head on. So I swerved into the other lane. He said, when I did, he caught my tire, right front tire, and he just laid it all the way back into those tanks. And he caught the tire of the truck, laid it back, took the tanks out, and had the tanks all shoved into the front of the fucking trailer. And he went all the way down the side of the trailer. And he said, as soon as he hit the truck, all I saw was fire on the passenger side of the trailer. He said the whole passenger side of the trailer was on fire. Yep. And Jeffrey was trying to get out the side door on that side.
Crazy. I mean, you know, and it's such a bad deal, you know. I mean, it's...
Yes.
You never want to hear that happen to anybody, but, you know, but the best part about it is the guy come to get shit out of the wrecked car, and Jeff got to meet the guy.
Got to confront him.
Confront him, exactly. And it was about an hour later after that deal, and he was still fired up. So, you know, it's a sad deal, you know.
Oh, 62-year-old drunk guy was what hit him.
Yeah.
And, you know, Jeff, I think you remember, right, the same age as me. And he's like, he knew fucking better. He's older than me. He knew better.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Well, he was also drunk and he was high on something. You know, I mean, driving down the wrong lane, you know, I mean, you know.
And the cops were looking for him.
Yeah, that's what
He'd already been called in.
Yeah.
That's what Jeff was saying.
Yeah.
So they were out looking for him at the time.
Yeah.
He said, I passed two cops sitting in the center median, and they were waiting for him to come through because they'd already heard that he was coming.
Yeah. Yeah, why not just try to take out the biggest thing on the road, you know, a big stacker semi-truck, you know, I mean.
Well, like Jeff said, he said, I probably should have let him hit me head on. He said, but he probably would have killed him. He goes, but at the same time, what if he wouldn't have hit me and he had hit a family in a car and killed them all?
I seen that, yeah. Yeah, I watched that when he said, you know, it could have killed somebody else, you know, I mean.
So he's like, I'm kind of glad I did hit him and get him off the road, you know.
You know, and the other flip side of it, they didn't lose the race cars or anything.
Right.
You know, it's not like Reaper lost the Reaper car and these nuts car. You know, I mean, he lost 2 fucking cars in a fire. You know, I mean...
His trailer caught on fire going down the road, didn't it?
Yeah, his trailer caught on fire,
yeah.
And it was him and it was several other people that year. And that's when that fire suppression safety... I'm trying to think of the name of it. We use it on our funny cars. They do a lot of drag cars. They started building the systems for the enclosed trailers. And Ryan Martin was the first one to get one.
Yep.
You know, and everybody started buying them. And, you know... I mean, you got to protect yourself. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, you know, people, the only body that can look out for yourself is you as number one.
Ryan had to work on his trailer in a rest area the other day.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
they were traveling. I was watching the 187 Farms show.
Yeah.
And they were all traveling. And Murder Nova's sitting in the wrestler area in a lawn chair. And she's like, explain why we're here. And Ryan's working on the trailer next to him. He's like, well, we were going down the highway, and his hubcap would come flying off the trailer. He's like, I didn't think nothing of it for a second. He's like, I was going to call him and tell him his hubcap fell off. And he goes, but then something else spit off the trailer. And he's like, it hit me right in the fucking front bumper of my truck. He said, and I knew that was that oil cap for the oil bearings.
Mm-hmm.
So he called around on the phone and said, hey, hit that rest stop. And they were changing, put new oil cap on. He said all three on that side were leaking.
Oh, no shit.
So they put a new oil cover on that bearing. They had to take the wheel off and everything to do it. I was like, oh, geez.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a hard job, but it's a tedious job.
You can do it without taking the wheel off. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, well, that's true too, you know, but, you know, I mean, I think it's funny that, Disco Dean finally stopped buying Temu tires, you know?
Yeah.
He got that problem under control.
I guess he went to the hospital today to get his arm looked at.
Yeah, I saw that. Lindsay posted something about that.
Yeah, she finally got him to go.
Yep. So, you know, it's a good idea to get checked out. You don't know. I mean,
he did flop that car a week ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to get checked out. I mean, when I got in my wreck, I refused to go to the hospital, but they took me anyway. Then they released me. But what a lot of people don't know, I followed up with 2 other doctors to make sure I was okay. And I didn't make a big deal about it. I didn't talk a lot about it. I just, you know, flip a car at 200 miles an hour and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. I mean, it was the most expensive fucking roller coaster I ever been on.
Well, when I was dirt track racing when I was 18 in Kentucky, I come around turn 3, and my girlfriend's dad was in front of me, and somehow he lost it, and I hit him just right in the driver's door.
Yeah.
He flipped sideways, and I went up over his car, kind of jumped it, and flipped end over end. Landed on my lid. Well, I broke my fucking arm because I was holding on to the shifter. Well, I get out of the car, and I'm like, flip the car back over. I'm going to race again. They're like, no, you got to get checked out. I was like, just flip the car over. I want to get it running again. I didn't even know my arm was broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, God, it hurts. You know, it hurts a little bit. I was trying to move my arm around, everything else, you know.
Well, I think the big thing with my wreck was I knew I wasn't going to burn up because when the wheel exploded, the rim exploded, people. And the car dropped down and it nosed down and it crossed the center line. I thought Birdman was going to run right through me. And I saw the big flash of fire and then it kept rolling. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to burn up. It blew the fuel cell off.
Right.
And I did reach up to hit the chutes, but that wasn't going to help anything. It just kept fucking tumbling, you know? I mean, the only thing I could do was just hang the fuck on.
Yep.
And the angle that it passed the sand traps. It went right along the side of the sand traps down that ravine. And I think that's the other part that kind of fucked with me, because thinking back, I thought I hit something and flew higher in the air, but I was really rolling down that ravine and down to the creek bed, you know?
Right.
And I've been back to that track. There's still parts of my car down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we found plenty of them, but it's a long ways down. And I don't know how that Safety Safari guy got down there so quick. And
No, you'd be surprised.
Oh, fuck. I mean, well, first off, they said they had to find me. They didn't. It's dark. They didn't know which way I went. And one of the guys, he was on a four-wheeler, and he kind of thought that's where I went, but the shrubbery kind of flipped back. But he could still hear it rolling, so he knew I was down there. And I don't know how in the hell he got down there so fast, but I just remember it was like a split second, and I remember seeing the hand come in. And I couldn't get, my my cam belts. I couldn't get them off.
Yeah, because you were side against them.
Yeah, and I was pressing so hard, and I remember he goes, "I got you," and I remember seeing something shiny, sharp, and he kind of nicked me in my neck.
He had that cutter tool.
Yep, he cut the motherfuckers off, and that's where shit got even interesting. I was upside down, and I fell right to the roof.
Yep.
And I think that's what really hurt my neck because, and next thing I know, I saw that hand again, and it grabbed me by my chest, like by my heart. And that man drugged me out, and I remember seeing the ground, and I was on his shoulder, and he goes, I got him. And people, I don't know how this man walked with me. I've met this man after this wreck, okay? I don't know how he did it, because it was all pure adrenaline for him.
Oh, yeah.
Because to walk up this ravine hill, you would need ropes. And this man climbed back up this ravine with me on his shoulder.
Yep.
And I remember a lot of bright lights.
Oh,
and they got
sorry, coming down there.
Yeah, they got the helmet off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember laying on the ground. It was soft. I remember that on my back. And they were, I was a registered doctor for 3 years, people. I mean, I did trauma and all kinds of stuff and worked in an emergency room. I remember the questions they were asking me. I was trying to answer them. And I remember feeling that my foot was cold. And they were checking to see if I was paralyzed.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard this guy's asking me what day it is. This guy saying, wiggle your toes. And I tried to wiggle my toes, and they wouldn't work. And I heard him say life support 1 is en route. And that's when I was like, look, my name is blah, blah, blah. And they were like, what track are you at? What day it is? And I said, and I don't think I've really ever kind of told anybody the story. I said, dear God, am I fucking paralyzed? And that's when I raised my knee up and I could move my toes. And they were like, lay back down, and I just kind of had to chill out because I knew, it was bad. That guy, his name's Ron, that Safety First guy. He said, as he was carrying me up the hill, I said, I did win, right? And I don't remember saying that, but that does sound like something I would say. Because we were in the semifinals. I beat Birdman. It was he got out on me, and I got next to him, and we were door to door. And when the lockup kicked in, I just remember not seeing him. And next thing I know, I heard tonk, 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 and I saw the sparks. And next thing I know, I was sideways. The door, I was like sideways. I could see the track as I slid across the finish line, and then the explosion. And I remember saying he's going to drive through me. Like that Pro Stock video, and I remember at one point when I flipped around, I could see his car, and he swerved. And it happened in so slow motion, so bad, people, that I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I was like, chung, 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 and just, it's hard to describe to people. I've talked about it before, but I don't think I've ever went in this much detail. And it's like, I had a mouthpiece in, and it did break 3 of my back teeth, because I clenched so hard, and that's one of the things that they did say is I had a lot of blood coming out my mouth. And it's because I bit down so hard, I broke those back teeth,
Right.
And, I can't thank the people that at that track to this day more than enough. They did their fucking job.
Yep.
I remember the guy who rescued me telling me after the wreck and I met him, he said, when you come through in the explosion, and we all said, this one's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kept going and going, and they were following me as parts were flying off towards them, and then I disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so dark down there, they just didn't know if I was in the net of the sand trap or did I go around it.
Right.
And some of the guys thought I went on the left side where I actually went on the right side. And this guy took a chance, but he could still hear me. And he was on a four-wheeler and he killed it. And he could still hear it rolling. And he goes, I knew that's where you went. But it was crazy. It wasn't like it was a year later I come back. It was like a couple months later. And I just remember me and Doug, we walked down there, and it's like, fuck, how you need a rope to go down this ravine. But what's crazy is he's like, hey man, here's a part of your car, here's a part of your car. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, he just went down on his ass and went right down that fucking ravine.
Yeah, and
I've had to do that on fire calls.
I'm pretty sure that's what he did. And but I don't think I've ever told anybody about the cutting tool, and I remember seeing it in the reflection of it,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I'll be thinking and I see that in my mind. I know that sounds weird for you listeners, but I've been in some pretty bad wrecks, and I was in a really bad one in college, and I was in a convertible Camaro and almost died. And this wreck was different because the safety gear, race quip, Larry Jeffers race car, I mean, the cage, everything did its fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing I could have done. I mean, what had happened was the wheel, it exploded.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that the hub exploded. It was more of the spokes separated from the hub, or separated
Mm-hmm.
from the hoop. And I don't really blame the wheel company because they weren't hardened, because we were in a hurry and needed these wheels, and we went by their shop and picked them up.
Right.
And I don't hold nobody accountable but myself. I knew what I strapped in for.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what I was in store for when I released the button. And I was racing Birdman. And I was going to fucking beat him. He'd beat me so many times, but not that night. Not that night. We had it figured out. And I got the better lane.
Right.
And he had not been in that lane. So he had to figure his bullshit out. So me and Jamie, we still talk. Birdman is the shit, But like I saw him wreck at World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad. It wasn't as bad as mine, but it was bad. But he had wrecked so many times last year, He's like, when do you get to the point it's like, I need a GoFundMe?
Right.
They are rebuilding that Camaro, by the way, guys. And it's just, Birdman told me that he's still going to race, but he wasn't going to do the speed promotion thing because he just said it just ain't fucking fun.
It only costs too much.
Well, yeah, I mean, $35,000
a lot of them
a
are like
race.
it costs you goddamn much to go to all those races,
Well, and that's another thing. I want to touch on that subject. Fucking Sean said it's $15, or what was it, $20 or whatever. It's 15 or $20. Fuck you, no, it's not. It is $50 a person. They charge like $50 or $25 for parking. It's something fucking ridiculous. I know because I paid the damn shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was supposed to get reimbursed for it at one of the events, and even though I was working for fucking Pilgrim Films.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have my ID badge, and nobody would answer their damn cell phone, so I just bought a ticket at the gate.
Right.
And it wasn't the first time I bought a ticket at the gate and got reimbursed. It's just that one they never did.
Right. When I was 18, I rolled a car 4 times.
Oh, yeah?
I was taking a girl home from school, and I had a 77 Grand Prix, and I was coming up on this curve, and I was running about 75. I was going faster than I should have been. It was a Y, but I was coming up from the Y part to the Y, and there was a cut across road that went straight across to the other side. Well, this girl lived on the other side of the other road. So I'd just come flying up there, and I'd shoot across that cut across, below the stop sign, and keep going. Well, somebody was coming this time around the curve. So I had to abort. I aborted, went out, tried to go around the curve. When I did, the ass slid out. I hit a big-ass ditch, and I rolled 4 fucking times in a 77 Grand Prix. You know how big those fuckers are.
Oh, yeah, that's a big car.
Ended up on my wheels, straddling the ditch, and I looked over at my girlfriend, and she wore a seatbelt. I had a hold of the steering wheel. Cassette tapes were everywhere because it was, 1988. And I looked at her. I said, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah." The radio was still fucking playing. The car quit, but the radio was still jamming. And I started laughing. Because, I was okay. I started laughing. And she's like, "What the fuck are you laughing about?" I'm like, "The radio's still playing." She's like, "You're fucking crazy." I was like, "Oh, sorry."
That's funny.
She didn't see much humor in that. I thought it was kind of funny. The radio was just still jamming out. I was like, cool. But by the time I got the car out of the ditch, and we actually drove it home. It was all snooded up in the front like a demo car. I limped it back home because my boss came and pulled it out of the ditch for me. Cops came, and they took her home, their way home, because she was only a mile down the road from where we crashed. I'm driving back to my house, and I'm like, man, my back hurts. Because I wasn't seatbelted in.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I kind of took a ride, I was just holding on to the steering wheel. I pull in the driveway, and my mom doesn't know I got in a wreck, neither does my dad. My dad's still at work. I pull in the driveway, and she hears the car fucking rattling and banging into the driveway. And I said, "Mom, I need to go to the hospital." "What do you go to the hospital for?" I said, "I think I hurt my back." "How'd you do that?" I said, "Look out the window." "What the fuck did you do?" I said, "I rolled it." "Oh, get in the car."
Yeah, no kidding.
It was all fucked up.
Yeah, and and that happens. We've all been through an
Young,
accident. We're young, and that's what it is. But I see these DJs just walked in. We're gonna pass it over to the DJs, and
Oh, yeah.
me and Taco.
Everybody have a good holiday weekend.
Yeah. Me and Taco will be doing a thing tonight on pure adrenaline from 7 to midnight. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go weld these brackets up for my my truck.
Yep.
So I can get it back together, so I can go to Southern Illinois Truck Showdown this weekend. So make sure you guys hang out. You're listening to 96.1 FM styling, as we've been styling since the 90s, and you know this shit. See ya.
See ya.